welcome back to the San Jose Sharks GM mode here on HLM 22. And in this episode, we're going to do a little bit of simulation. I might make a trade depending on who's available on the trade block. I will definitely take a look at that. But yeah, mainly just simulation, probably some injury fill-ins and whatever else comes our way. So, without further ado, let's hop into today's episode. So, starting this episode with the game against the Boston Bruins, currently 0-0-1. Let's take a look if we can beat them or not. This is a pretty decent team. I mean, Boston always a good team. And we come away with another 5-3 loss at the hands of the Bruins. Ryan Donato picks up an assist in this game, so does Brent Burns. Tomas Hertl with 2 assists, or maybe 1, I don't exactly know. But yeah, another pretty crappy game from our starter, Adin Hill. And now another game in this back-to-back against the 0-2 Chicago Blackhawks. And that is a 3-2 loss. Thomas Hertl with 2 more assists, and we are starting out the season 0-3. Hopping into our 4th game now here against the Minnesota Wild, a team that has gone 3-0 so far. Let's see how we do. And another 3-2 loss for the squad. Tomas Hertl with another assist though, looking good for him. But yeah, 0-4 through the first 4 games. Not really what I expected. The next game now, here coming against the Calgary Flames. Another 4-0 team, perfect team on the season, and we hand them their first loss, our first one of the season as well, 3-2. Look at that, baby. Tomas Hertl with another assist. Logan Couture looks like he had a big game along with Timo Meier. That first line really just stepping up. And then another game against the 2-3 Arizona Coyotes. And we will get another win, a huge one this time, 7-3. Tomas Hertl with a monstrous 4-point night. Logan Couture, Timo Meier, just a lot of good scoring from everyone in the lineup overall in that one. And Stefan Matteau, sorry my friend, I'm gonna have to dismiss you. So I'm now here at the trade screen, and I'd like to go over a couple of defensemen that I'd really like to acquire. The teams, for some reason, want to give them up very badly. I mean, for one of them, it's obvious, but for the other one, it's not. But I'm going to go and look at these 2 defensemen for you guys and kind of see what you guys say in the comments about these 2 defensemen. I might trade for one of them this episode, but if I don't, be sure to leave your, suggestions in the comments below. And yeah, let's go look at these 2 guys. So the first defenseman I would like to look at is 27-year-old Michael Matheson from the Pittsburgh Penguins. You can see exact top 4 potential, left-handed shot defenseman, and he has 5 years left at a $4.772 million contract. A very big contract for a guy like Matheson, but he's going to add stability to your lineup, playing that 2-way defenseman role. He has no points in 6 games played so far this year. He's a -3, and overall not looking overly impressive in any aspect of the game. But this is a guy who, again, I think could add some good defensive depth. He could be a 3rd line, 2nd line player for us, and just add some good, an upgrade on defense overall. And honestly, all we have to do is give up a 7th. We get Michael Matheson and also a handful of draft picks back as well. So that is the first guy. Let's move on to number 2. And now the second guy I would like to take a look at is 28-year-old left-handed defenseman Jamie Oleksiak. And this is a guy that Seattle just took in the expansion draft, just signed to that 5-year, $4.6 million deal. And as you can see, Oleksiak has an exact top 6 potential. Very big guy though, again, exact 2-way defenseman. And so far in 7 games played for Seattle, he has 2 goals, he's a -1, and it looks like he's playing in a 3rd line role, so nothing that special. And again, another guy who we only have to give up a 7th round pick or so, and we get Oleksiak and a handful of draft picks left. So these are the 2 guys that I'm really looking at acquiring. It'll put us right up against, right up against the wall when it comes to our cap space and budget. But definitely guys who we can acquire, add some good defensive depth to our team, and also acquire a handful of, 2nd to 5th round draft picks along the way, maybe even scrap the few draft picks and potentially get a first from one of these teams in a trade for either Oleksiak or Matheson. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below, and I think I'll hold off on these guys for now. Now hopping back into the simulation, we have again another game against the Minnesota Wild. our 7th game of this season, and Minnesota still red hot with a record of 4-1-1. Can we go for our 3rd straight win? Let's see. And yes, a 2-0 win, our first shutout of the season. Hurdle with another point, Couture with another point, Meyer with another point. That first line going absolutely off. And we have now won 3 games in a row with this San Jose Sharks team. We have another back-to-back here up against Philadelphia and Nashville. And oh, we have quite an interesting waiver suggestion here. Christian Jaros, right-handed shot defenseman, 7th D, 25 years old at 78 overall. Definitely a guy who I can add as a 7th defenseman to this team. You can see has a history with the Sharks, 7 games played, but overall not a guy who I'm gonna take on. So sorry, Christian, maybe next time. And as I was saying, our back-to-back here, Philadelphia 3-4-0, Nashville 5-1-1. Let's hop into the Philadelphia game first, and we get smoked 5-2. Yeah, not really a great game. Thomas Hurdle, Logan Couture still have great performances, of course, but definitely not the performance we want to see. And now we go up against the 6-1-1 Nashville Predators. Let's see if we can take a W from them. Yes, we steal a win, 4-2. Logan Couture, Thomas Hurdle, Timo Meyer, again with some great games. Evander Kane even steps up in this one. And we are rearing on the end of the month here. Our final game of the month coming against the 5-2-1 New York Rangers. Let's see what they bring to the table. A 3-1 loss for us. Yes, not a great first month. 4-6-0, but you know what? Not the worst that it could have went, for sure, especially after an 0-4 start. Now underway with month 2, our first game of the month of November is coming up against the Arizona Coyotes, 4-5-0, similar record to us. Let's see what goes down in this game, a 4-2 W. Let's go, boys. Thomas Hurdle with a good game. I believe he had 2 points in that one. Meyer with another point. And now we go back up against, this time, the 6-4-1 Nashville Predators. Lost 3 in a row after our win against them. So let's see if we can take another one from this team. Yes, we do. 2-0. Great game there from the boys. Timo Meyer with another point. And now we head into a big back-to-back, another back-to-back. First game coming against the 6-3-2 Tampa Bay Lightning. This is a game to put us over 500, and we will not do it. 6-2 loss at the hands of the Lightning, a very good squad. And now we have the 4-6-2 Oilers to see if we can get back to 500, and we do not. A 2-0 shutout for the Oilers this time around, but one thing to look forward to is we are not last in the division. We are only 7th place now. And now the final game of the episode, the Carolina Hurricanes, 6-5-3. I want to start next episode with a slow sim against the Maple Leafs, everybody's favorite team here in Canada. So let's see, can we end this episode on a high note? Bum-ba-da-bum, we do. 6-4. I do not want your crappy players. Great win there from the squad. Thomas Hurdle, Logan Couture, Timo Meyer. Look at the production from our top 3 guys there on that first line. I mean, Hurdle definitely carrying the momentum from his great World Championships into the regular season. Couture putting up numbers like a captain should. And you can even see Erik Karlsson there, 15 games played at 12 points. He's having a renaissance season. But let's simulate up to this Leafs game, and this is where we are going to start tomorrow. But I do want to check 1 or 2 more things, and then we will call it quits for today. So I do want to highlight some of our prospects that are doing exceptionally well through the first, month and a half or so. And one of them is William Eklund, playing for the Victoriaville Royals. 12 games played, 13 goals, 19 points, having a great season, over a goal per game in the WHL. And man, am I super excited to see this guy come up to the NHL next year, hopefully. But he is having a great season, and I hope he keeps it up. Another one of our guys who is having a good year in the AHL is our top defensive prospect, Ryan Merkley. As you can see, 15 games played, 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points, a -7 in about 24.5 minutes of game time. But, really just a decent player here, putting up a decent season, half a point per game. So I am happy with Merkley's production thus far. And again, I really do hope it continues for him. Here's a guy we haven't talked about yet, Thomas Bordeleau, low top 6 potential, 19-year-old center, being drafted in the 2nd round of the 2020 draft. And in Regina, 12 games played, 7 goals, 15 assists, 22 points, putting up a great year for them. And man, oh man, another guy who you should be excited for. Even though we haven't talked about him, I'm going to add him to the watch list, and a guy who I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on. And the final guy I'm going to talk about here is 2020 third round pick, Daniil Gushin, left wing, 19 years old, medium top 9 potential, sitting at a 63 overall, but in Red Deer, 11 games played, 8 goals, 7 assists for 15 points. Another guy who's putting up a very strong season so far, and, you know, a guy who, again, I'm going to be keeping my eye on, so add him to the watch list. And now that is going to do it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Currently on the road to 200 subscribers, I am proud to say. And again, I mean, this series is so exciting so far. I've recorded 3 episodes here in a row, and I mean, I'm having a blast doing so. But yes, please do leave your comments in the comment section below about what you think about Jamie Oleksiak and Michael Matheson. Should I trade for Oleksiak? Should I trade for Matheson? Or should I trade for both of them or none of them? So I would love to hear your guys' input in the comment section below as always. And again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. But for now, bye.